Yo, what's going on YouTube? It turns out Alexander Povetkin versus Deontay Wilder, the fight might be in jeopardy, as you guys probably well know already, because I'm a day late and a dollar short, you know. But you guys know how I do it, man. I like to just sit back and listen a little bit, maybe read up a little bit before I do even post a video, because new information comes out all the time. So it's been almost 24 hours since this thing came out, and everybody, they gave their piece on it and stuff like that, right? So anyway, Alexander Povetkin popped hot for meldonium, yes. It's a drug coming out of Latvia, man. It was, I think it was developed in 1970, so there's a good chance. It was developed in 1970 by Ivars Calvins. Okay, he's a he grew up in Latvia, went to university in Latvia. I guess he's a chemist, and the trademark of this drug is meldonate, and it looks like on Natural Well-being, they got some. I think they got this drug. You can purchase it right now, man. I think you can purchase it online. I'm not sure if TSA or ATF is gonna come to your house if you order this stuff. Yeah, but I'm looking at the ingredients now. I think they got it up in this drug here, but no, they don't. I don't know why this thing popped up, but anyway, yeah, man, it seems like the Russians are on it, man. I'm looking at Wikipedia. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below on this. But anyway, it's a whole bunch of Russians popping hot. You know what I'm saying? They got the tennis player who gets all the advertising. Maria Sharapova was taking it for like 10 years. Then you got Russian. I'm looking at a list like Russian cyclists, Russian figure skaters. I think these biathlon or something like that, these track stars and stuff like that. All these people from satellite countries who do wrestling, all these athletes, man. I only see like a Sweden and Ethiopian, and then the Romanians. I want to believe that the Romanians were a part of the USSR, and they were a satellite country too. Other than that, man, it's coming out of the Eastern Bloc. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the Westerns and you got the Eastern Europeans. You know what I'm saying? It seems like the Eastern Europeans or the people from the Far East, they do things a lot of differently. I think they're more open, about their, corruption. Just as long as you don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more prevalent. You know what I'm saying? If it's all good, it's all good. If you get busted, you get busted. But I don't think you lose too much face for doping or cheating or scamming anyone. You know what I'm saying? So moving along, I'm not gonna bash the Russians too much. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't have Americans doping and stuff like that, but man, it's just like a lot of people got busted for using this drug that's been around since 1970. It makes you kind of wonder like how long and like how many athletes have been taking this, right? So this is seen as a like a subtrait. So I think in a chemical, scientific term, a subtrait is supposed to like enhance something, something that you already have. So what this does is it opens up your blood vessels. All right, you get a lot of oxygen and stuff like that through your blood vessels and stuff like that. So like opens up your veins, and that's very hard, man. Even when you like weightlifting, I remember weightlifting, man. I had to weightlift for maybe like 2.5 hours, and it took like couple of years for the veins start popping out and developing and stuff like that. But with this automatically kind of just like opens up your veins, and you get more blood flow because your muscles need a lot of oxygen. You know what I'm saying? You need a lot of blood flow. The blood carries the oxygen and whatnot. So it's seen as a inhibitor or something like that. So anyway, yes, oh yeah, a competitive inhibitor. That's what it is. So that's what they got it as, man, as a competitive inhibitor, where enzymes or whatnot may bind and all this other stuff, man. It's very scientific stuff. Okay, now let's get into the fight, man. Let's get into the fight. I don't want to make this too long, but this has got to be a long rant. I mean, Mr. Boxer Day did like 3 videos on this, you know what I'm saying? Which you got to, man, because it's like, man, everybody wanted to see this fight, man. I watched all 3 of them, too, man. I watched like maybe 20 videos talk about this fight, man. Everybody was ragging on Alexander Povetkin. One channel, I forgot which channel, called Povetkin, a piece of crap. And then, yeah, man, it was Beats, man, boxing Beats and Rhymes. Now he did the video up on Lucas Brown, and yeah, man, he was like, yeah, you're responsible for what you eat and stuff like that, and it's your responsibility and stuff like that, and so check out now, Alexander Povetkin gets popped hot for drug use, and Beats is like, man, Wilder, this go home, man, go home. You should never had your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go home, which is funny because one channel was like, yeah, man, you stay over there, you might pop up hot for something like that. And I was saying that I'm putting out a video. I probably, whether it's first or last or whatever like that, but I mentioned Lucas Brown, saying like, yo, man, why is everybody going over to Russia popping hot or something like that? Maybe somebody did put something in somebody's food, and all the stuff is could be tainted or whatnot. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? Somebody supposedly had poisoned Michael Jordan in a Utah game. You know what I'm saying? Back in the late 90s or whatever like that. Because you order food or something like that, you don't expect somebody to dope it. What are you supposed to eat? Canned food or something? And then that can be tainted too. You just never know unless you growing it yourself and you're watching it yourself and you're leaning over it like a farmer 24/7 and harvesting it yourself. You don't even know what the hell is in it. And then in that case, with this Santo, whatever this darn thing is, with these seeds, yeah, man, those guys, these are genetically engineered seeds. So anyway, man, back to my point, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm with Beats on this, man. Go home. I'm with the rest of some other guys in the YTBC. Go home. That's just the fanboy in me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Wilder to beat Alexander Povetkin. I'm convinced that he can beat him. You get what I'm saying? But I also know there was a chance that Povetkin can knock Wilder out. All he has to do is make one mistake, going backwards, having his hands down or whatever like that, or getting tired or exhausted late, and Povetkin pops him in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is one good punch. A la Carson Jones versus Brian Rose. You know what I'm saying? Carson Jones catches him one good punch and he out of there. Then the next fight, Brian Rose is able to outbox Carson Jones. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get by because he didn't get, he didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? With a punch that was able to knock him out. But anyway, moving along, man. Yeah, about Deontay. I really wanted him to fight, man. I mean, it's still scheduled and everything like that. They didn't say they canceled the fight, but yeah, man, it's very I guess you guys can say that, man. It's disrespectful that Povetkin. But the team won the purse bid, man. The team won the purse bid. It's Wilder's team should have fronted more money. But the thing is, they didn't feel as if it was worth it. That's what it was, man. They felt as if the marketplace here in the U.S. would not been able to they didn't think it was going to be a valuable fight, which to me that's not an excuse. To me that's not an excuse. You have to look at this as a future investment, and this fight should have been in the United States of America. This fight should have been in the United States of America, no matter how much money he had to put up. The dude only put up maybe like a 5 million more or something like that than what the other guys put up or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. Walla's supposed to be getting like $5 million or something like that. But on the flip side, I wouldn't mind him going ahead and fighting. Just not in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Just not in Russia. I think, Alexander Povetkin's, people should take a loss. They should reschedule this fight in June. Anthony Joshua is supposed to be fighting, I think Anthony Joshua is supposed to be fighting sometime in June. I don't know, it was like the 25th with David Hay or something like that. I don't know. Something like June 25th or something. Something's going down. But I think they ought to do a co-feature on that. They should put this fight in London, maybe in London. They try to do something. Lou DiBella and those guys. Eddie Hearn should probably get something, and then this is good. This is like cross promotion. Everybody gets to see Deontay Wilder up in England. They can't say he's not traveling to defend his belt. It's neutral territory. Then you got Anthony Joshua. He's there. So, man, I'm sure they want to put him on that card. It'll probably be for less money. But, hey, at the end of the day, you're traveling. I don't know why people making such a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're in the United States of America. A guy fights in Vegas. A guy fights in New York. That's traveling. So, you know what I'm saying? Because one of our states, and it makes up at least one country across the world. We got 50 states in the United States of America. Just because you're not fighting outside of the United States of America doesn't mean you're not traveling. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're staying in your backyard. It's not like Wilder had all his fights in Alabama. That's the state he comes from. That's a big state with a population that matches most countries. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what people talking about. He needs to travel abroad. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. He don't need to travel abroad. He can travel where the hell he wants to. He got the belt. You know what I'm saying. So anyway, moving along. I ain't got too much to say about this fight after that, man. Hopefully it happens. I would like them to reschedule. Even if it happens later on this year, reschedule. I think Povetkin, he should get suspended or something like that. They should put him through the gauntlet again. They should put him through a year-round testing that he pays for if he really wants to stay in the fight game. The dude's 37 years old. Right now he's a drug cheat. Prior to the drug being banned, he knew what it was doing. It was giving him a competitive advantage. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like this guy was drinking milk or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or taking a protein shake. This guy was doping up, okay? Even if it was under the radar and stuff like that, he knew he was getting it was a performance enhancing drug. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody's getting busted for it because that's what they're doing. And it's a shame, man, because, you got a lot of these people who think they're, like, better athletes and stuff like that. These people call other people chickens and cowards and all this other stuff but yet they're doping and they're cheating and stuff like that, man. I don't like that, man. And then it's like, oh well, so what? Get fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? And their solution to the problem is like, oh well, you can take the drug too.